So this morning you talked about needing a gutsy performance, and I know you didn't get the end result of 2 points, but did you feel like that kind of effort was given?
Oh, we were great. We were excellent tonight. So zero issue with that game at all. Yeah, we prefer 2 points, probably deserved two, but we got one. I thought through the lineup, man for man, the competitiveness and the intensity was excellent. So really, really pleased with I said to the group, like, you never want to lose, but especially early in the season, it's way more process over outcome. You get down the stretch and points are so valuable and you got to get them all. But right now, you're trying to establish an identity as a group. Thought we started working towards that last week and we went away from it Wednesday and we needed to get back to it. And we did that today.
There were a couple of players, like Kozak in particular. He jumps back into the lineup. Thought he was really physically engaged in the game. Did you see the same effort?
Kozak was outstanding. Helped set up a goal. We're just a way different team when Kozak and Warren in our lineup. And Warren's out right now for a good stretch. And you could really feel, Murray went out in the Syracuse game, Murphy went out, and then Warren and Kozak weren't in. And even physical teams, not everybody's physical on physical teams. But they have like 5 or 6 guys. And if you have 3, 4, 5 forwards that are physical, it makes the opponent's decor feel like our forward group is really physical. And you don't need all 12 to be that way. But Kozak and Warren are the big drivers for that for us. And I thought Kozak was really good tonight.
He just looked like he hadn't hit anybody for like 2 weeks and wanted to.
He's an angry man on the ice. He's real soft-spoken and quiet off the ice, but on the ice he likes to inflict pain upon people. He's just a really good hockey player. And then, he got the assist, but the play he made to Drew, which would have finished the game at 4-2, like you're seeing more and more offense from him. He's had a ton of chances. He's above 2 times as many scoring chances involved in as he was at this time last year per game. And so the offense is coming. And that's going to be great because you need secondary offense from all your players as well. But his physical game, his defensive game is so good.
When you talk about deserving a better fate, like starting the third period with Davies, that's a play 9 out of 10 times. Like he's getting.
Yeah, puck just bounced over his stick. The ice was a little sloppy and just took a bad bounce.
Yeah. What do you think of Zakarski?
At the end of the night, his stats won't look good, but I loved him. We played really good team defense tonight, but he helped in that because he played the puck well. He's very calm, and he's a calming presence for a young team, and there's just a vibe that he gives off, 400 games in the American League, another 100 and some probably in the NHL. He's won everywhere he's been, and he just gives off a nice calming presence. And I really liked his feel in that tonight.
You said it, 400 games in the American League. That's some pretty elite company. He's the 18th guy to ever do it. What does that say about just his success and longevity?
Oh, he's an ultimate winner. TELUS Cup, which is the Midget National Championship in Canada. A Memorial Cup, which is the Junior National Championship in Canada. World Junior Gold Medal, and 2 Calder Cups. Like, that's insane when you think about that. He's won 5 different times at different levels of high level hockey. And he has that experience that you can't buy. And in that position, experience and confidence, knowing what you've been through is very important.
The crowd tonight, packed house at Blue Cross. How does this team feel when they're playing in front of a big crowd like this?
I thought the crowd was awesome. It's a real credit to our fan base and our front office staff, our ticketing staff, our marketing staff. We're just really fortunate to play here.
Boy scores again tonight. He's at a point every game as an Appert so far. How does he continue to keep producing at this rate?
Well, he's just an honest player. Plays hard, plays fast, plays the right way, wants to be a winner, cares about winning, not just pointing. Some young players are thinking about points a lot. He's thinking about wins. That's just how he's wired. So really like how he's handled these 2 weeks, how he's practiced, his attitude, his coachability, and his performance.
What do you want to see from him on that last play?
That's a hard play.
You can't take it down, right? You can't.
Oh, that's a hard play for a forward. That's why we tell our forwards on 3-on-3 to attack their forwards. If you're on a line rush, go attack them. I mean, that's 3-on-3. We got a C chance and they got an A chance. That's 3-on-3 hockey. You're almost better off. Everybody's like, win the faceoff. Winning a faceoff doesn't do much for you. Like people say that, it doesn't. Because controlled possession isn't where the offense comes from in 3-on-3. It's transition. So
when you loop back, you're trying to create another.
You are, but you're really not. Like we did a good job of that, and we navigated our way to a C chance. And you get a C, and then sometimes what happens when you get a C and there's only 3 guys in the ice is the goalie makes a save or the rebound kicks out one way, and then bam, they go back the other direction and they get a B or an A. I mean, we've done all the studies. Like the best way to win in overtime is give up a C and hope your goalie makes a save, and then you go the other way and score on the line rush. But you're not going to practice that. You're not going to tell your guys to give up scoring chances. So, that's just part of it. And if Ticker would have made that save, then we're going back the other way on a 2-on-1, and we probably win it. That's 3-on-3.
Power play went over 4 tonight, and a rough night on Wednesday. What needs to be cleaned up as you guys look forward towards Syracuse tomorrow? Yeah,
the power play, this is the first 2 games this season. They've looked poor. Gave up a shorty, didn't look sharp. So, just get back to basics, win puck battles, quicker puck movement, shots on net. You're missing, I thought our net front guys tonight did a good job. I don't think it was them, Moose and Nadeau, but the injuries are no excuse, but it does disrupt continuity and power play continuity is probably where it's most important.
That forward core, like you mentioned a little bit earlier, has 4 or 5 guys that would normally be in this lineup. If you have them tonight, does this result go a little bit differently maybe?
Yeah, I don't even think about that. I worry about the guys in our lineup, not the guys that aren't. That's what we said tonight before the game, and I thought the guys in our lineup played really good. And yeah, we have 7 or 8 regulars out of our lineup right now. But that's American Hockey League. When you have a really good lineup, you better make hay, because usually you don't. And fortunately, start of the year, we've had a pretty good lineup, and we had a really good start, and now your lineup is pretty depleted, and credit to our guys for finding a way to get a point tonight. Wish it was 2, but we got a point.
What does that say about the depth of this team, that even with all these injuries and Byron obviously being in Buffalo, that you're still competitive on most nights? Yeah,
I think that guys that I thought Olivier Nadeau played really good tonight. I thought Zach Metza played forward tonight and was excellent. That line of Nadeau, Cedarquist, and Metza was really good tonight. I thought Damian Drew gave us really good, honest, hard minutes. I thought Graham Slaggert gave us really good, hard, honest minutes. Those are guys that some of those guys haven't been either in that position or in our lineup. So we're very fortunate to have not only talented players, but winning hockey players in our depth positions. And that's an important job that we all take part in. Myself and Jason Carmanos and Jeremiah Crow, our pro scouting director. We put a lot of value in signing winning players, and you could see that tonight.
How well?
Good.
How well do you think Utica was able to match your team's well-known speed?
Utica's fast. I mean, they got a really good team right now. Again, you look at lineups, and they've got a really good lineup right now. They have most of their big guns in, and that plays into it. So I think. We've played them toe-to-toe 40 times or so the last 3 years, and they're always fast, physical, hard games.
2 games time here. Has him ready to step into Buffalo and maybe show whether he's ready or not?
Yeah, I mean, those aren't my decisions, right? Those are made by Kevin and Donnie and the staff up top. I think Matthew Savoy has shown what he was starting to show at rookie camp before he got hurt, how good of a player he is, why we drafted him 9th overall, how good of a summer he had, how much different he looks even than he did in the playoffs last year. And that was asking a lot of him, come in out of his playoff run and throw him into the Calder Cup semifinals, right? So, but, good on him. He attacked his summer. He made himself a better player. He was on his way to having a good training camp. He's performed really well here. It's an unfortunate rule that he can't stay. I don't think it's good for players. I think he should. I think it's, especially for high-end players. There's a lot of guys that aren't ready for the American Hockey League at 18, 19 years old, 20 years old. But for guys that are picked as high as he is, I think it's a detriment. The rule's a detriment to the development, but I don't get to make those decisions.
Is it 200K the rule, or?
That's not for me to decide. I just know that Quinn, Peterka, Cooley, Rosie, those young forwards that we've been able to have here. Quinn, because of the COVID rule that year. People think getting a bunch of points is development. It's not. Scoring 120, 130 points is not what development is about. Development is about playing at a high level that you're ready for, but it's high, facing adversity, failing, and growing your game through that failure to meet the challenge that the league and your opponents and your teammates in practice are facing you with. And that's development. And so when you're here, you're Cooley and Rosie last year, and you're getting your butt kicked in practice every day, and I've on them about their habits, and they're not scoring that much in games. They have no choice but to grow their game to succeed. And that is what development is all about.
To your point, is failure necessary for development?
That's not necessary, but it helps. Failure in the right environment really accelerates development. It's not necessary, but it accelerates it. And adversity and failure really leads to development, especially for high-level athletes that are competitors. They're deep competitors, right? These guys we're talking about, and they want to be great. And so when they're not great, they're going to work to change it. And then they're looking for solutions and answers. And then they're coming to the coaching staff. How do I get better? What do I have to do? How come I can't score? And then they invest time in the shooting room, and they invest time in their habits. And, Jack Quinn wouldn't have known he's not a goal scorer in pro hockey if he had 60 goals in the OHL. He got to learn that through failure by scoring 2 goals that COVID year in the American League and realized he couldn't just blow his shot past goalies. So then he attacked improving his shot, which is changing the angle, getting more one-timers off, more deception to his release, things of that nature, right? So failure and adversity leads and accelerates development if in the right environment, if that person looks at it the right way and looks at it from a growth perspective.
2 games last week against Charlotte in the ball, in which the team put up multiple scores in period 3, able to replicate that tonight. And you mentioned toughness a bit earlier, but talk about the group's toughness to just be so successful down the stretch offensively. Yeah,
the group has a lot of belief in each other. They've earned that. These guys that have been here for 2 or 3 years, they've earned that through the tough times that we faced. Shared adversity is a way to really bond a team, and we've been through hard things here the last couple of years, depleted lineups, and just clawing our way into the playoffs and then winning playoff series, and that just makes you gain a lot of belief in each other to where you're not gonna go away and give up just because you're down by a goal or two.
That makes sense.